Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to session C4, which is Dynamic Problems and Geohazards in Rock. First up, we have Candan Gökçeoğlu, who's a professor in the Applied Geology Division at Hacettepe University in Turkey. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of that.
Yeah, very nice. Very good pronunciation, because my name is also is difficult to pronounce for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and the distinguished chairperson, I will talk about the seismic performance of transportation tunnels in the region affected by the 6 February Turkey earthquake sequence, and I will make a general assessment of the tunnels damaged by the earthquake. As you know, we experienced a large earthquake on 6 February. The magnitude of the earthquake is 7.7, and 9 hours later, the second main shock occurred in the same region on the East Anatolian fault zone. The Turkey Anatolian plate, how can I show you? The Anatolian plate is going to westward, and the plate is bounded by the East Anatolian fault zone and North Anatolian fault zone. The velocity of this fault system is 2 centimeters per year, and that of this system is 1 centimeter per year. For this reason, the earthquakes are more frequent than in this zone, North Anatolian fault zone. However, the other zone, the East Anatolian fault zone, is much more dangerous because the earthquake period is large when compared to the North Anatolian fault zone. And the earthquakes, the area more than 1,000 square kilometers area was affected by these 2 earthquakes, and approximately 40 million people were affected directly or indirectly from these earthquakes. And this region also is very important for the Turkish economy because the approximately 15% of whole production whole GDP was product from this region. For this reason, this region is very, very important for the economy of the Turkey economy. And if you look at quickly the big ground acceleration created by the first earthquake, as you know, the Antakya region and Maraş region and Adıyaman region has very high experienced very high peak ground acceleration, and in this region, especially in this region, peak ground acceleration exceeded 1.2 G, and more damage occurred in 3 regions, and totally 3,000 buildings were damaged, heavily damaged, or completely demolished by the earthquake. And the second earthquake, this region also has experienced a very high background acceleration. However, luckily, during the second earthquake, no people died because all people were outside, and the second earthquake occurred at around 1:30 p.m. However, the second earthquake completely damaged the city of Malatya, completely damaged. Due to economical importance and high population of the region, a dense railway and highway system were constructed in this region, and totally 71 railway tunnels were constructed approximately 100 years ago. These tunnels were constructed during the construction of Fevzi Pasha Diyarbakir railway system, and this construction was initiated in 29 and completed in 39. And this construction was initiated by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, founder of Republic of Turkey. And during this earthquake, two tunnels were damaged, and one of them is near Gölbaşı, Adıyaman here. And this tunnel was cut by the surface rupture of volcanic segment. During the first earthquake, four main fault systems ruptured. If these faults rupture individually, each fault would produce an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.2 or 7.3. However, during the first earthquake, four fault segments ruptured completely, and approximately during two earthquakes, approximately 500 kilometers surface rupture occurred. It's a very huge surface rupture, and one of these surface rupture cut this tunnel, and this tunnel is completely damaged, and as you can see from the rays, approximately 1 meter over on the base of the tunnel, and 150 meter part of tunnel was collapsed completely. And the other tunnel is around here, and the surface rupture is parallel approximately to the tunnel, and the surface rupture passes through from here, and some pressure ridges created by surface rupture demolished this tunnel. If this tunnel has an invert, I think that this tunnel were not damaged by the surface rupture. And in the region, also 35 tunnels, and these tunnels, highway tunnels, are relatively new when compared to the railway tunnels. And one of these tunnels is damaged. The inner linings were damaged by the earthquake. The tunnel was not cut surface rupture of the fault. However, as I understood that this part is a huge landslide, huge paleo landslide, and it passes through here, etc. Approximately, the failure surface of this paleo landslide is more than 100 meters. For this reason, I think that this paleo landslide was reactivated by the earthquake, and as a result of this reactivation, the tunnel was damaged. And if we make some conclusions obtained from the observations of this study, and you know, two major earthquakes hit the south and southwestern region of Turkey. And after the earthquakes, I observed more than 100 tunnels visually listed, and we assessed the seismic performance of the tunnels. And the newly constructed tunnels were not affected by the earthquake. And the design of the tunnels is sufficient. And as I mentioned previously, two railway tunnels and one highway tunnel were damaged seriously, and both of them are directly related to the surface rupture. However, the other one was affected by the reactivation of the paleo landslide. And when the tunnel locations and the seismic acceleration values measured during the earthquakes are compared, there is no direct relationship between tunnel damage and high seismic acceleration. As I understood that, the seismic acceleration does not affect very high. Its effect is relatively low when compared to the surface ruptures. And consequently, although the earthquakes produce high to very high peak ground acceleration, the acceleration did not directly affect the tunnels. As a final remark, the portals and the tunnels showed high seismic performance during the major Turkey earthquakes. We lost 3,100 buildings. However, our infrastructures showed very high performance. I think that construction of houses doesn't take the engineering service sufficiently. However, the infrastructures took the sufficient engineering services and good projects, and the ground conditions are recognized, are described very well. If your ground conditions and seismic conditions are described very well, you can construct safe infrastructures in the high seismic areas. Thank you very much.
We have a minute for questions.
John, if you have a question.
What's the internet panel design with earthquake loading?
In general, as you know, two types of support system in the tunnels. First support system is permanent, and the second support. First one is temporary, and the second one, inner lining, is the permanent. And when designing, seismic designing of the tunnels, we consider the inner lining. Inner lining bears the seismic loads when tunnel design in Turkey. We consider the inner lining against the seismic loads. Okay.
All right, I think that's,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.